Like, you want to hear some of the thoughts I was thinking of? Okay, okay, okay. So, because for some reason, me being an orphan sometimes bothers me, most of the time it doesn't. Because I remember one time somebody asked me, like, do you ever miss your parents? And, like, one of my thoughts has been recently is, like, how can I miss something I've never experienced? Like, I know what it's like to have a lot of these relationships to a certain extent, but to my truest core, I will always believe you won't ever treat me the same because I'm not the blood. But I've also realized from my experience, blood does not determine the true value of how they're going to treat you or not. Because sometimes that's like, yeah, that's my brother, but I'd fucking murder him. No, I wouldn't murder anyone for him. I would murder him personally. I would give them hell. It's like, oh yeah, that's my sister, but yeah, we that's my mom's side, that's my dad's side, that's the sperm that shouldn't have made. Like they say such hateful, disgusting things about each other. I'm just like, oh, I still think you wouldn't love me because I'm not related, but at the same time, learning these stories about you seems like you wouldn't love anybody outside of yourself, or you just don't know what love is, or you just don't give a shit. It's just I know connections can be formed deeper than what the blood ties and the family connections, because essentially it's all family is from my, at least my newer understanding of it is this is your contractual company essentially. Like we not all of us have a job, but your job is you're a representative for your job, and your last name is representative for your identity essentially. So for you to be a part of this family means that we should quote unquote respect you or treat you a certain way. In some senses no, in some senses yes, because depending on where you fall along, because I do realize a lot of us do have the exact same last name but aren't connected to a bloodline that has that more famous powerful last name. Like let's say Jackson, like when Andrew Jackson was president, and then any other Jackson that's not connected to that family, like clearly the closest to that power is gonna be like, yeah, yeah, we love the president, blah 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 blah. But anybody farther from there is gonna be like, are you related to? And if you're not, then it's like, well, fuck you. But if you are, well, we're gonna treat you a little bit special. And that's how I think of last names and families and the connections. Like, it's who you know as well as how you know, but it's also knowing how to use the information to your benefit. Because what's the point of having all these tools if you can't use them or unaware of how to use them correctly? Like, it's maddening to think like me. Either way,